Okay guys, so I'm gonna solder the end that I show you. I roll the copper foil like a cigar around the wire. I have put some flux, okay, so the solder will spread better. A little bit of solder paste, okay. So I'm gonna put it right here so the solder could infiltrate between the wire and the copper to make a solid connection. Okay, I have tried with the soldering iron but was not hot enough, so I'm using a small blowtorch. I'm gonna put here a pieces of solder that I cut. Okay, so we're gonna pump the soldering iron, the torch. Okay, here we go. The solder will melt and will fill the gap between the copper and the wire. Okay, hot as hell. Okay, you see here. Okay, the wire resists well because our silicone. Okay, and you can see it's all soldered. Okay, I'm probably gonna put just another piece to make sure. I'm gonna cut it. Okay, the wire is hot, but like I said, it's silicone. It's 200 degrees centigrades of resistance. I'm going to put here another piece of solder and let's fire the torch. Okay, it'll more smooth fire now, and just gonna melt the solder all around, and the solder will make his way to the wire. The soldering iron is just not hot enough, so it's impossible to heat this amount of solder and all this metal with the soldering iron. At least mine is not enough power, doesn't have enough power, but the torch, it's a very nice option. Okay, just to be sure, I think I'll put another piece. I have to go to the store to buy more solder. Okay, let's fire up the torch. Just reduce a little bit, and here we go. Maybe a little bit more gas. Okay. Okay, it's melting away. I hope you can see it alright. And all the solder have melted. The wire is becoming very hot. Okay. And this will flow. Okay. A little smoke. Oops. I just have a few drops of solder here on the table, so it was really hot. Okay, and you can see I'm gonna check if this connection have enough solder, or I'll put more until it become solid. Okay, and then I just have to spot weld this to the battery, solder the BMS wires to positive sides. I'm gonna show you for which order we have to do it and how I have done it. I put a bit of nickel it's more easy to solder, sorry, the wires. Okay, I'll show you. So I've put these steps in all positives. Okay, so it's easier to solder the BMS wires. Okay, I'll keep you posted. Battery almost done. So I'm gonna spot weld the last piece. Okay, this is the positive side of the battery. A little bit tricky with the weight of the cable. Okay. Okay, so I'll try to hold this in place. Okay, so the first will be the more hard. This is trying to escape from me. Okay, so I have here the spot welder. Okay. It's not gonna be easy. I probably have to put some tape so I'm able to spot weld. Let's try here in the first, if it doesn't run away. Okay, missed it. Okay, let's see if, okay, it's holding enough so I can weld the other. Okay, so I'm gonna do it in this one now. Okay, now this one, and now I have to adjust this and another one. Okay, this one was not very nice. I'm gonna do more welds, of course, to make sure it's making a good connection. Not easy to work with these short cables. Okay. Okay, 2 spot welds. This is to solder the BMS wire. Okay, I'm just gonna make more spot welds to make sure it's gonna be really nicely welded to the positive side. Okay, not making good welds. It's better. Okay, a little bit better. Sometimes we have to clean the probes. I want to make sure that this it's definitely a well connection, because it's gonna make a lot of pressure here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm gonna make a bunch more of them. It's getting better. Okay, I'm gonna make sure it's really touching it. Much better. And here, much better. Okay, sometimes you have to do with the pressure that you put in the probes. You should just make enough pressure to make the metal connection and not press too hard, or you are just facilitating too much the connection. Okay, nice one. Okay, I'm probably overdoing it, but I rather be sure. Okay, so I'll try a little bit on this side. I rather be sure that this stays pretty tight and pretty well connected. So instead of 6 spot welds, I made like 10 or 12. Okay, that's no problem. The batteries won't heat up that much, and I'm jumping from one battery to another, so it doesn't give enough room me to hit. Okay, and I think one more, and this is it. Okay, these last ones were much better. Okay, so probes hot as hell as usual. Okay, and we have made the positive connection. Okay, so it's well soldered. Okay, I'm gonna flip this side on top of it, of this one. The BMS is going this, and I have just to spot weld the negative side. Okay, so we can move on to that. I'm just gonna move the battery a little bit for this side, and I'm gonna try to put the phone in a nice place so you to see. So the negative one, I'm probably making it like this or not. Maybe from this side I have more room, so I probably gonna make it like this, and this you can bend a little bit. Okay, so I have here the nickel strip. It's hard because I'm fighting with the weight of the wire. I have not cut it, so I'll cut it later to see how much long the cable should go. And I'm trying to grab the spot welder. Probably I'm gonna start here in the middle so it stabilizes the whole thing. Okay, I hope you can watch it more or less. Okay, one spot weld. I don't know if this is the best angle for you to see. I'm trying this way. Okay, okay, I think you can see it well now. Just this. Okay, and spot weld, spot weld. As you can see, I'm making much less pressure and the welds are coming much better. Just one to go. Okay, this one was not okay, so I'm gonna insist on this side. Nice spot weld. Just sometimes I put the probe down so it puts in the shape that I want. Two more on this side. Okay, sometimes you can even see the metal like going down to weld to the battery. It's funny. The probes are becoming very hot because I'm making a lot of spot welds in a row. Okay, it's becoming very hot. These spot welders are not made to make like big batteries or too much spot welds in a row. Okay, it's like just for small works, but with what I have available. Okay, spotted real nice. It's like really hot for my hands. I'll try to just end this. Okay. You can feel where the welds are well. You feel like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you can definitely see that they are becoming good or not. I'm gonna just insist on this part. We have so much space on the negative side instead of just the small area on the positive. So I'll make sure this will become pretty strong okay. It doesn't harm to make like better connections, so why not? It's a way to make sure that this is connected, and these parts are gonna suffer a little bit more stress because it's the end, okay? So sometimes when you hit the plastic, you smell like that smoke. It's not pleasant at all, but it's sign that it's welding. And it's just here to these spots. I'm just gonna hit the plastic or again, so I'll try on this. It's just too hot. I'm barely touching this, okay? And I think it's done, okay. Too hot, okay. The spot weld hits a little bit because of the battery, but nothing special. Now these things, it's really, really hot, and I'm burning my hands, so it's a pretty solid connection, okay? I'm just checking the table, and here we have the negative. We have all the series connection with the copper sheet. You can see this one is a little bit different, okay? I put it this way because I'm gonna fold it and I want to reinforce the, well, this connection from this. Instead of just bending the copper, I'm gonna bend the copper and the nickel strip, so it's easier, and at least I think it's safer to do it this way, because this copper sheet is so thin that if you fold it too much it could break. So we have a reinforcement here. Okay, so the positive also really well connected. Okay, now I'm gonna isolate this with this fish paper. I have already on the other side, but I'm gonna show you. So this is called fish paper. It's I'm gonna put this all over the battery, especially in this area, because these contacts are gonna be folded to this side, so these have to be really well insulated. Not only this fish paper, and I put some Clapton tape, so making sure everything is holding tight and everything is isolated from one batteries to another's, so we have no short circuits. Okay, and this is me. It's gonna be my work after. For now, I'm gonna solder the BMS. Okay. I don't want to put the fish paper probably because it's gonna complicate. If I put this, I'm gonna make this less visible. It's gonna be harder to weld, but to fold it I really have to put this fish paper, and I don't want to solder the wires and cut them, because as this is going to be folded, I want to make sure of the distance. Okay, the BMS is going to be facing this way, so all the wires are coming from this side. If I put a wire through this side and then I fold it, I'm gonna become with a lot of loose wire. So I'm probably gonna put a fish paper. If I have to, I will lift a little bit of the paper, solder the BMS. I have to also put some fish paper here, so the positive have no chance of shorting with the negative side. Okay, So I'm gonna do this job and I'll show you in a bit.